Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Lead Climbing Championships, the Oceania IFSC Lead Climbing Championships here in Sydney, folks. Well, now we're seeing the routes here, folks, one side by side. Now we'll be climbing one climber at a time, which is fantastic. We'll have plenty of focus and opportunity to keep an eye on all of the action, so we won't miss a thing, which would be fantastic. So hang around for that one.
Well, yeah, just look, when we were speaking about it before, sometimes they do go out two together, sometimes it's independent, and obviously the routes not intertwine, but they are side by side, so it makes sense to give the athletes that freedom. But also, it's quite nice for them, like you say, we get to not miss a beat from every single attempt. Every person's the star of the show for their potentially 6 minutes. Yeah,
so they do have 6 minutes. So let's talk this through, Ian, for those who are at home. If you are there on the live stream right now, give us a shout out in the chat. We can see a fair few of you online right now. Who are you getting behind today? Who are you backing? What's the celebration or the support you've got? Don't be shy. Get in there and give everyone a bit of encouragement.
And share.
Yeah.
It's social media driven in this modern world that we live in, and I might be an old dog, but I still know the benefit, please.
But let's just quickly go through. We've got Dylan Soyne, Marlo Gilmartin, Louis Fichoz, Fahim Kendall, Leroy Harley, Joshua Damasco, Jimmy Smirk, and Liam Ullman. Here we go. He's about to give it a whirl. And Liam, just getting through. Had a couple of low scores, qualies, and a bit better in the semis. So let's see if he can make this one count. It's the one and done. And the men are on the right, and the female are on the left. On the left, men are on the left and the females on the right. He needs to follow the blue and the white holds on the way through.
Yeah, I was just going to say, interesting clipping position there. He sort of wall walked up a bit. Looks very strong, very controlled.
A little bit stretched out in a few of those positions, though. That might cost him a bit later on, and this is the thing with energy management. But seems to be getting into his flow now.
I'm going to say I would have clipped.
Power to burn.
I think he's aware that he needs a big performance here.
Yep.
He's coming in 8th. That's secured now. He just needs to put it all to wall, and maybe he's thinking, look, go, fast as I can.
Well, we do see some of the, in the World Cups, some of the athletes climbing super fast, but I think that was just a bit of a misstep there. Yeah, he's holding his head. Now, he didn't fall off because he was pumped.
Not being quite as thought out. I mean, he didn't look tired, looked very comfortable at that point, just not hit the sweet spot of the hold. It needs to be a bit higher. And when we travel and, we look at other gyms, or we all talk about where we've been around. Obviously, there's hardcore gyms and famous gyms, but for the quality of facility, Australia is right up there. Right.
Absolutely. Well, Jimmy's off the ground, which is great. First clip away, and that gets him underway. Nice strategy, the double clip. Now, these volumes set in a way where it's just a little bit confusing, and you've got to work it out. So hopefully, long. Yeah,
a
little bit stretched out in this first section. Looks like it's one of those sections that whether you make the next move or you do the next move or do the next clip really on your tippy toes. But Jimmy moving through pretty quickly, which is probably very smart. It's a bit of a technical section at the bottom.
A little bit of hype from Kyle there as well.
Yeah, great shout out, Kyle. Thank you. And if you're on YouTube, folks, get in the chat. We'd love to hear from you and let everybody know online that the finals are on and share it. You can. Big shout out to our distribution partnerships as well with KO on KO Sports. This has been we've been live streaming all of the events this morning. Jimmy,
nice,
big move.
Nice, good.
Yep.
That call.
A little bit shorter, Jimmy. So just having to make a little bit more aggressive manoeuvres in some of these
this is
spans.
Yeah. You don't want to stand on the clip, you see. So there's an awkward spot. Oh,
yeah!
Nice.
Wow.
I think that's where we, when we saw the last thing we had fall was that exact spot.
Yeah, Jimmy really got some finger strength there. Got some great contact strength on that one. We saw a similar move here, which is these two sort of transfers from one side set of volumes to another. Looking pretty smooth, though, Jimmy.
This is going to be. I was just going to. Oh, wow! I mean, this is going to be interesting, and then did the exact thing I thought was impossible. It's going to get for me. It's just going to pop. It looks like he's lied on the floor.
It looks like he's got plenty left in the tank as well, folks. But you can see the roof coming into view, and that's when I'm pretty sure there'll be a bit of bicep burning action happening real soon.
Legs tweaking a bit there. So yeah, the legs tweaking. Very explosive approach. But here, if you look, just looks good. Looks comfortable. It's just such a big move to pump up to.
And you can't really see it from this angle, but that wall starts to lean back a bit, and it sort of starts to curve and lean back, and it's a bit of a weird angle. It starts to sort of tip out from here on.
Just don't get the pushing that leg.
Yeah. All right, Joshua out now. Joshua did pretty well in the qualifiers as well.
The layer's gone a bit snazzy with the green and purple. Okay, Josh, let's go. Let's see what you got here, my friend. All the way from WA, so travel and adjustment does factor into these events.
Yep. Well, big shout out to the Western Australians who hosted us in the Boulder finals.
Oh, what a venue.
Yeah, what a venue, and to all the climbers and all the gyms over there as well. Visited a couple, actually, when I was over in Western Australia, and got some good style. So if you ever want to do that, folks, make sure you do. But we're watching the Elevate Climbing Gym here in Sydney, and what a lead climbing venue, the best in Sydney, I think. So if you ever want to get down there, come and have a look, and you might be able to even climb this final climb here. They're going to leave it up that Josh is on right now.
Well, you'll be able to start it.
Yep.
But it's a great venue, it really is, and like I say, it's got rebranding and everything. It just looks like it's going to go from strength to strength, and some interesting new hold sets here as well, which they've been using.
Josh really using his footwork quite nicely. Can see his toes engaged. Yeah. And really precise with his feet.
I like to see it when it's just play it, trust it, go. It's
no resetting, and no wastage at this moment in time in his style or his technique, which is really good. Looking very composed as well. Nice. This big cross through. Now it starts to get very physical, very army. And we'll see what he does with this section here.
He's going to clip here,
Yeah, nice use of the toe hook up high. Just giving a little bit more relief and trying to save a little bit of energy. Smart move, because he's just checking this out as he goes to the left. What do you think will happen?
Get cranking, yeah. And this is the thing, obviously, at home, that again, if it's your first event you're watching, they're not watching each other climb. They are in isolation out back, so they don't have the benefit or the luxury that we have here of seeing the previous athletes have a go. Now, there's a fine line between shaking out and choking and, burning out. So he has taken quite a while at this point here, so I'm hoping this isn't going to pay off negatively.
Nice high foot. Well, there you go. Okay, well, I didn't see that small jib there. Be careful. Well, you can see those black ones on there, those black covers on those holds, on the clips. You can actually stand on those black covers. Part of the rules are not the open ones, but you can stand on the black ones.
Yeah, they're no text.
They're no text, very slippery.
Yeah,
it's like going ice skating.
Yeah, I have some of them
without ice skates.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's even more. Yeah, I have some of them, and they're exactly right. We just cover the ball plates.
Josh finding a pretty unique little rest here with a bit of an arm bar and
a wild clipping thing.
Yeah, a bit of a drop there now. I wonder if he can get. He can tuck himself in here for a second. Might be able to recover, but choosing to move on pretty quickly, so must have been a bit uncomfortable. Oh, turn to the crowd. Wow. Oh, here we go. Well, this is the show, isn't it?
Change his opinion there. I think
no. Oh, well, Josh.
Toes above head moment. I think, he's like...
Well done, Josh.
He comes out to the left as well. Just looking at it,
comes back out and around to the left, yeah. So,
come on.
Leroy. Now, Leroy's been around as well. He does well.
We love all the Tassie boys got good personality.
Yep.
Great bunch. And but a really good climber, yeah. So let's see him lock it in.
I always love it when the route setters, set not only good climbs, but they're visually pleasing. They've got great colours and they use good shapes. You know, it's not only how it climbs, but how it looks and feels as well.
Yeah, I mean, they make beautiful. Oh, what's Fletcher saying? If Leroy Topsy's on the Chalky Milk, he's on it.
Good on you, Fletcher.
Me too. Yeah, come on, Chalky Milk, let's go. He's, yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I've said a few routes in my time, and I stand back and go, oh, this climb's great. And then people walk in and go, oh, who was sick on the wall? You know, what happened? I'm devastated. It's such a skill to make these things look as nice as they do and climb as well.
Absolutely.
And split this level of athlete, you know? So
yeah, that's always the challenge, isn't it? And especially over a few days. And but the route setters do an amazing job. You know, each time we've seen the competitions, you know, just get better and better, and you know, entertaining not only for the athletes but the crowd as well. That's for sure. So. Well done. Leroy looking pretty solid at the moment. A little bit stretched out. Some of these bottom moves are a little bit stretchy, a little bit tall, but Leroy, I'm sure, finding his own way through. Using
his calcium power from his milk.
Yep.
I don't show, by the way, if he does live off Chalky Milk. I'm just going by your comments, guys. Don't crucify the messenger. Come on, Leroy. Let's go.
Nice high.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Now that's a bit of a low percentage move, that one. You really have to go for it. You can't static it. And you know, unless you've climbed on these holds before, you're not quite sure what you're going to hit either, because that hold does look big. It depends on, you know, where the positive pieces of it are or its orientation. But Leroy finding his way through here, and I wonder if he'll find a little bit of a rest here. Seems like a bit of a bent arm there, might be just starting to get a little bit of fatigue, but he got the toe hook in and is finding a little bit of respite here, a bit of a chalk up. Hopefully.
I don't think he's going to stay in this position quite as long as we saw. It must be a nice spot because they both took a pretty decent break here.
Yeah. I think the toe hook does take a little bit of weight off the arms just for a minute, bit of respite. This is a powerful position to and try and get out of too. Leroy. I think he still had some in the tank there. Mate, don't be too upset about that.
That's just a minor mistake, you know. Look at that, just a little. He wanted to get his foot back.
Probably need to stay high on that where he swapped his hands a little, just to see if he could.
Problem is that low hand's so good, it draws you in.
Yeah. We bring in the big guns for the route setting. Fahim is off the ground and underway. Once he leaves the ground, he can't return. Or that's it. It'll be over. But must clip each of the clips along the way, folks. Doing the double clip straight off the ground, which is the smart move.
He can rock it, but
he is a bit of a faster climber. I do remember his style was a little bit more explosive.
Yeah.
And
it looks like he might be sticking with it in the final.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, and this is another thing about experience, sometimes people get into a final and they feel they have to climb it more composed, more controlled, more precise. If that's not your style, that's not your style. And this was the beauty of this year's Olympics, I think, was we saw so many different styles. And, you know, even when you saw it Maury on that first boulder bomb, which you almost couldn't, you wanted to give her a boost up, she couldn't lift the hit and start, and then just pulls it back with an insane performance, and then just lead, you know. Yep. Incredible. And the whole climb's so different.
Absolutely. There you go. Bit of a shout out. Yeah, shout out to the players. Good on you, Jeff. Lots of volunteers and helpers that make this come together. So very, very appreciative and grateful for everyone who contributes, that's for sure. Fahim looking good, using some precise feet, and looking pretty solid so far. Big moves, that thing. Yeah, that one's a shaky move, and just every time I bit my hearts in my mouth on that one because you just don't know if you're giving it enough potato or not. Yep.
and the opposite is you can give it too much and sail straight into the abyss, right? You know,
miss it by a country mile, but
catch a taxi back to the wall. It's not what we want. Now come on, Brian, let's go.
Looking good. Yeah. You can see he's still got plenty of strength left in those shoulders. Just trying to find himself a bit of a point where he can make this clip nice and easy. Now he's going to drop down. I don't don't know about this.
Oh,
But,
his strength.
Oh, just lock off power to
His
burn.
strength. Oh, come on.
He's like, don't worry about that.
Really great adjustment there. And now work up this rail.
Well, there's Batman's hold right there. Can you see it? There's the bat. There's the battery. So, Fahim through this section.
Come on, big dog. Let's go, brother. Nice. And just work it.
Now, it does start to seem a little bit awkward here. The wall, you can see the angle starting to change and kicking back. And once you're in this roof here, I can't wait to see someone come out through this.
I think Fahim might be the man.
Yeah.
Crazy core strength. We saw him just lock it up there before I hit the anchor and stop the
That was a
swing.
big one. Oh, no! It's a one go, so yeah, maybe just a little bit rushed in that section, or
He puts his foot there fast, but little slip and he's jumped straight.
is that bottom hand, that left hand pops. Watch it, pops. Yeah, just that angle changing. Well, so Louis Fashaz.
If you know the scene, you'll know Andy Brown.
Andy Brown, yeah.
Legend of a man. Paul, you're Queenslander, let's go. We're not being biased though, Paul. I actually, not one bit we want everyone to do well, but we do reside here. It's just by coincidence. All right, Louis, let's go. He's a sunshine coaster, this boy.
Yeah, off the ground, looking good. All right, the first couple of clips down and through this bit reachy section.
Come on.
Very strong anyway. Don't expect him to have any too...
It's funny when you've seen a few get past it, you always take it. You can't help it. It's commentators, because you've seen a few, it's like, oh yeah, I'll just breeze through this, breeze through that. Well, hang on a minute, this isn't breeze through territory.
No, none of it is breezy, that's for sure.
We saw Liam 16th, which is just coming up, a bit of a slip there. We saw Leroy at 20.
Yep.
So the slips can happen, minor mistakes. That's the nature of this game. So let's not take for granted anything here. We would love to see a top from one of these athletes. We've got Louis, Marlowe and Dylan left, but let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet.
We're looking pretty good so far though, but certainly this is that little breath holder for me, this move. It's a bit chunky, and Louis just eating it for breakfast or afternoon tea anyway. No problem at all there. Didn't hesitate, and the right amount of oomph to get through.
He's strong.
Yeah, well, let's see what he does with this this section here. It can happen. Can happen to burn a little bit of energy if you don't commit to what you think you should do.
Well, this is that walk-up move.
Yeah.
Where Leroy got here, he just needs to be a bit more confident, get that wall walk quick, get good.
It's not choosing. Yeah, okay.
He's fine. He's
solid. Campers through that section. Move through quickly so you don't, burn too much energy.
Yeah.
Looking a little bit tired, elbows out there, but maybe you can recover now. Get him up into this roof section and hopefully give it a bit of a shot. Come on, Louis. Yeah, really nice footwork there. Low, hips close to the wall, sitting on his foot. Making sure just take that little bit of weight off his arms. Drop knee, change position, give the body a rest in different ways. See him move on pretty quickly here in a minute, because you get to that point where trying to rest and gain energy back burns as much as staying there. So,
yeah, the double-edged sword, isn't it? It looks like he's in a really comfy spot, but at the same time, you are not really resting. You're just defying the inevitable.
You're resting, but you're not getting tired.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. But Louis moving into this section here now. A few holes out. He's not far from the high points, but this is a bit of a tricky section here, so not to be rushed. Now for him, went out differently, didn't he?
Maybe just misjudged that.
He just misjudged it there. He just couldn't see.
Side with nothing.
Yeah, hit the wrong one. Well, bit of a bummer.
It's just one of those miscalculations. Then he won the national boulder.
Yeah.
So he looked so good, and people are like, yeah, so surprised. And then you speak to people who train him, and he's like, no, I'm not surprised. Marlowe has that gear, and he's been switching it on all year.
Yeah.
And let's see how he goes here. I'm really excited because Yeah, I mean, the community of climbs is insane. You know, the Sam Lab and the Sam Bowman, Alistair, sort of people that climb around him are monsters.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Marlowe's just...
Bit of a shot out there from Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle's an edge too.
Lewis as well. What is he doing? Skipping a hole. He doesn't need that one out there. Don't worry about it. Well done, Marlowe.
But yeah, what a beast.
Okay.
Popular as well by the chat. Chat's going off.
Yeah. Great to see you in the chat, folks. Thanks for keeping the energy high and getting involved. As always, great to have that energy. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. The 2024 IFSC Oceania Lead Championships, folks. This is the Open A. And you're watching Marlowe Giliudox.
Marlowe Gillet. That's my French. No, Marlowe's a beast, yeah. But
Yes.
I mean, will we see a top? Is it? I mean, him and...
I'd love to see a top, and I'm sure Marlowe would love to top it.
If not, Monsieur Soin is in climbing majestically all weekend.
Yeah.
Nice,
Well,
man.
and Marlowe probably knows it's gonna be a top. It has to be a top to win.
He needs a top.
In his mind, that's where he'll be. He'll be like, I need a top.
And all athletes should come out with the mindset of let's leave it in my own hands.
Yep.
But yeah, personally,
Come on, Marlowe.
I think Marlowe's smart. He knows.
Oh, my lord. All right. Well.
My lord. Quick, coin that phrase.
Yeah. Well,
Get it on a sticker.
yeah. Save a bit of the juice, Marlowe. But he's certainly not afraid to take a risk or two. And this is how I would have done it. But again, it's a bit one-dimensional from here. Keeps you high rather than coming low and having to come back up on such an awkward hold. But Marlowe having power to burn probably makes it way easier than it
He made that
looks.
look sweet. Yeah.
Yep. So nice. Yeah, took a little bit of a risk there before, but sometimes those risks pay off. You know, save a little bit of energy, make it move a little bit easier by making it dynamic or quicker rather than going slower. But let's see if he's got anything or enough left in the tank when he gets to this.
Well, he keeps having moments where I think he's in a bit of a struggle, and then the next two moves he makes look fantastic. A lot of foreigners in the crowd playing Alice and things.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
No.
He's going to
All
match
right,
it.
okay.
Come on, man.
Oh, he just wasn't in a good body position there, but... Well, Marlowe, there you go. He just in an awkward position there. He's just a little bit stretched out. Feet probably a little low. Probably
bit of a weird one. Maybe he could nip to zero on the draw, but...
Yeah, that low right foot, just a bit, and it pops on him, that low right foot, unfortunately. So, just...
Yeah, you see the right foot is sloping away that hold. So
Yeah. Oh, that was the
weird
right
one.
hand, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, Dan.
There you go.
Such a good climber, but just talented. No pressure.
Well, can we see a top, the high point from Louis? Done well.
Yeah,
28 plus.
As far as credentials go for a spot, this is incredible. But he's got to win it on the big show.
Looking a little, just a smidgen, like not settled in just yet. But again, like we said, you know, it's quite challenging to be sitting out there in isolation for the whole time. The last climber out, lots of pressure.
And the longer there is before they return to they don't go back to us. The longer there is before they walk back behind the chair.
Yeah.
The more you know they're doing well.
Yeah. But I'm sure Dylan will call on all his experiences and his training to settle him into his rhythm here. So that's what he's looking for. We always love an escalating. Is that what an inclinating outcome? Each time we get a climber out,
I was
slowly
wondering
progressing.
where you were going with
I'm trying to find the right word this
let him
afternoon, Ian.
Let him run.
I was pausing with it. I thought you were going to help me out, but you left me hanging.
Nah, you didn't need me, Jesse. To be honest, I'd have bumbled in with some buffoonery. But yeah, this is
Great finals. Yeah.
Man, this is I was going to say this is another. I hate to sound like old broken record Gilmartin, but every bloody event, it's just better and better to watch.
Yeah, I think that could be an Austrian shirt actually. Yeah, when they were over with the youth competitors, they swapped shirts with all the other countries. So,
we've got a couple of. We've got a Korea shirt and a China shirt in the gym at the moment. A couple of the climbers have brought back from other athletes, and they're sick. Yeah. It's so cool. And Tiana got the French shirt typically. So she's got the French team shirt, which is a nice thing they do at the World Cup. You know, you swap shirts.
Yeah, very nice. Well, Dylan making, you know.
It'd be hard for you to wrestle an Aussie shirt off me now, though.
No.
You just got him.
Yeah. The short work of that little section there, looking good. Now this is where it does start to get a bit awkward, and he's popped himself into that drop knee just to...
Yeah, delicious.
Yeah. Now Louis was up in this section, and it's a little bit awkward. So let's see what Dylan does as well. It's just eyeballing it, just getting some energy
nobody's
back.
surpassed this, have they, right? Nobody's got past this complex triangle. So, I mean, looking at it, you go, okay, you step up right, you go left, you reach around for the top of the free, then you're like, well, surely not. So do you go for the bottom of the free with your left? So then you have to, like, piano or something on this bottom one to swap. I don't get it. Like here, I think you just have to go for the top of the free. Let's see what he does. He's coming lower. He's kept his right foot high and his left. There's a hold there.
That is what?
Well, we couldn't see the hold, so I plead the fifth. And he's going to walk his toes up. There's another toe hook above there. There you go. You see that?
Wow. Okay.
We didn't know there was holds in the back.
That's what you do. Oh, I couldn't have picked that from here, that's for sure. Dylan just very comfortable in that section.
Like,
yeah. This is how you do it, folks.
So he does moonlight as a bat in your local neighbourhood, so that is absolutely menacing what he's doing.
Oh, well done. Yeah, we've still got to get out to that sort of head wall, and it just looks like it'll be the best crazy angle.
The best, and Dylan is
he is the best. Right now, absolutely.
Come on, big boy. That is unreal. Come on.
Now, I wonder if he has to clip that one over there. Is that his clip?
I wouldn't be tough enough to tell him. But is this one on the right toe? It is.
Yeah, the angle just looked a little bit bizarre.
Well, the finish is back up right next. I think they finished on the same clip as the
they finished on the same clip. Well, this is good. We should be able to get the top out shot if he gets to the top real soon.
Such an unnecessary flex hold here. This is the person who knows that they're getting the top, so don't.
He's just chilling out right now. There we go.
That outside right foot. I was going to say my ankle would snap, but it already is, so it would snap again. This is... He's one move away and he's hyping the crowd. He's like, how can you not love this?
I've got to get the most out of this all the way. Come on, Dylan. Don't drop it now, son. Giving me a heart attack. Come on, clip that top.
Wouldn't that suit you?
Yes. Well done.
When he was struggling, he knows he's done it. He knows it's not doubt in his mind.
Well, there you go. He put a stamp on it, folks. Our Australian lead climbing champion for 2024.
What an absolute powerhouse.
That was great. And Dylan absolutely crushed it, putting a top in, and Josh and Louis in second and third there, folks. Fahim, Marlo, Jimmy, Leroy and Liam. But if we go to the open females, Maya has been around.
Incredible.
It's been around a while, but she's only young.
17 or whatever, Well, same. I think Emily's only 19 clear, 18. Roxy's similar. Summer's 16. Judith, Ninja Warrior experience, a little bit older. I think she's, early 20s.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see how, how young all these athletes and it's not SD, is it? I think it's SD 12.
Yep.
So was the SD get underway?
SD's out and about as well. So there you go.
So we get our first look at this female climbing. Very different style of set, which is side by side on the same angle. Always good to see how inventive the route setters can be for completely different style of moves. Yeah. It also plays a factor, the clip inside. I don't know for you, Jess, but like these, it looks like left hand clip, and it comes around some people are much better with one hand than the other at clipping.
Well, it's one of those things that chatted with a few of the professional climbers as well. Now I wonder if she's allowed to use that.
It's a volume.
It's a volume. Okay. Well, there you go.
I'm soft though, Jess. So luckily they don't give me the rule book. But
that's something that the athlete probably would have been told anyway. Usually, often at the bottom, they ask the route setters or the judges.
Part of the viewing, they should ask that question if they. And that's again a good experience point for a climber. We see the youth nationals and the youth climbing, and the kids so upset when they make a mistake when they're 7, 8, 9. I'm like, hey, this is the time to make it, because this experience, all these kids we're seeing climb here, we might say they're 17, 18, but they've been competing for 10 years. They've been there and done it all. They know, check the volumes are in, do these, what hold can I use, where am I clipping from?
Well, the size of the competitions here, and since the live stream's been going, and you and I have been doing this, has really gotten going. So, but Esty really going well here, fantastically. Now she's climbing very, very strategically. I think keeping her energy management very specific and accurate on the hold. So, she's going well.
So far, I was going to say precise would be the word I'd use. Exactly what you said is. She looks so composed and measured. Everything seems like really nice action. Smooth clipping both sides.
Now, sort of a long, sort of low head wall and still quite, hasn't kicked back steep yet. So, but I think it'll sort of kick into gear a little bit up higher. But SD really.
We've seen her climb a few times, but she's really excelling here. But I mean, she didn't fall low in any climb. I mean, she hit the first double crux in the semi 20 plus, and same with the qualies, high up the climb. So she's definitely
looking a little bit stretched out here. So just trying to find this clipping position.
And this is one of those points in it where you're at that. You're good to hold this with your right arm because it pulls you into the wall. And then you have to cross to clip with the left. You open with your left and it's too swingy. She's decided, just to switch position to clip.
Yeah, that's nice.
Probably better, to be honest.
Clipping under her legs, probably not a great idea. But part of clipping too, folks, if you're sitting at home, you cannot climb past the clip past your knee level. Now that's
it's every route setter's nightmare. Every Jimmy Gilmartin was nightmare as well. But she's good on it. It made her do an extra move, but it was a smarter decision for her climb.
I think
she's
so.
now progressed with
and sat on that leg and really took the weight off her.
I think got another move and a plus though. So
if anyone wanted to know
definitely ring
who to call,
right?
Yeah, exactly. So good job, Esty. Setting the pace here, first female athlete out. Well, some pretty significant achievements this year in our Olympians going to the Olympics, and our first able-bodied medal in the World Cups.
Yeah, and World Cup medals too.
So,
I mean, doesn't it feel like almost a lifetime ago since the Olympics?
It does.
And people are talking about America now, and I'm like, oh gosh, I remember when we had the Olympics last time. They're like, it was only 5 months ago, Ian. No. It's nice. Come on, Abby.
There we go.
And this is the thing, is that the standard with the Olympics, the standard. We've seen people refocus, lock in, train harder, and this standard is incredible. We've already seen this weekend so far in all divisions. The standard has risen again from last year. So come on, Abby, let's go. So she's another.
And a lot of these young athletes are travelling overseas now, competing to get extra experience, and that's why these IFSC points qualifying competitions are important, so they can qualify to do World Cups and other pieces.
Oh gosh,
So, it's good.
And isn't that the goal? In every sport, I'm not saying just so you can be sat on the couch in 30 years telling the grandkids about your country. I was in a World Cup. No, it's not about that, but it's in the experience these kids get. It's incredible, and being able to go and I speak to the kids from Cork who have represented Australia and Korea and China, and we're lucky to chat to them, and they're like youth heroes.
Yeah,
they're talking to them side by side with them, and saying, this kid, we've heard about him from Japan. I climbed straight after him, and the hype that they get, and what an experience for these young athletes to have.
Absolutely.
And, obviously it does benefit, because we've seen Oceania on the scene for a couple of years now, and now bringing home the medals.
Nice. Well, I'm sure Abby would like a medal here today, and she's looking quite quite in control at this moment in time, shaking out, getting a little bit of rest, not rushing things.
Beautiful work, Jess. It's true. She should. I mean, exactly right. I think exactly right. That should be her goal, And she's worked hard all weekend. Now she's in a good position. Again, just like we saw Resty, looking really smooth in this climb. I guarantee you, it's not as easy as these two have made this start look.
Well, I think it looks this next little section here in is that awkward. This awkward clip in this awkward section. It gets a little bit spicier as we move from here.
Yeah, we'll see some of the shorter climbers probably have to do something a bit interesting here, like Summer and such. But obviously Judith's a little taller, but we'll see.
See if you can get. There is a red. Yeah, nice.
Find that sweet spot in that one.
Yeah, there was that little red jib on top of the blue volume there. Just really made a difference. She's moved into this section pretty quickly. Actually. Hit that hold nice and solidly.
Agreed,
yeah.
She looks composed and again, I mean, all these girls are strong. It's one of these things that
you can now see it starting to kick back and really kick into her arms. But
so she's got to get through this bit.
Nice, really good use of a heel hook. Locked herself in there now, and
straight limbs.
Yeah.
Nice and good.
Seems to have recovered a little bit.
That little sit even maybe helped there. It's always good when you can find a sit, either shake the arms or at least hang them out.
I wonder where maybe
this looks tricky. I was just looking at this here, right? Double pockets on the left. I was like with a big fin. It's semi-positive.
Now that big boomerang there looks like a long way to the pocket. Yeah, nice. Well, Abby sets a new high point, and well done. Great.
What a benchmark.
Yeah.
Just frustrated, bless her. She'll be very proud when she watches that.
Always a tough gig to do, but there's there's a lot of great people who go ahead and do it. So thank you for them. And while we watch Judith get underway.
Come on, Judith.
She is one of the taller climbers, and she does tend to specialise, or from last time I chatted with her, prefer the lead climber, but she did quite well in the boulder as well just recently.
I mean, they're the people who you just go, she goes, I'm much better sport climber than you see her climb something on a boulder and go, oh my gosh, what's the point when we try? Take my shoes back off. And she's, lovely person, incredible all-round athlete, obviously ninja and climbing specialist. So she's got that explosive power if needed, but she's quite a meticulous climber as well, and flawless technique. So we'll just see her here.
Yeah, great technique and quite precise footwork. Quite static. You find outdoor lead climbers and lead climbers in general tend to be quite technical, static climbers, where boulderers tend to do things a little bit more. What would you say, Ian? Dynamic or bouncy? I remember you came up with a couple of good new definitions of things last time, but
we can try. I like bouncy just then. That was good. Bouncy. I mean, basically, you just gotta just climb each climb as it merits, and I think that's the benefit of these dual disciplines, getting so much focus independently and also being competitive as one in the World Cups. It's seen a lot of boulderers work on their sport style, and a lot of sport climbers develop their boulder skills, and we've actually seen this hybrid ability build.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because the first Olympics you had, when climbing was allowed into it, had to be the combination of three, and thankfully they were able to end up with 2 medals, and hopefully by LA they said they will hopefully will have 3 medals, so three.
The goal, and 99% for Australia. But I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of the speed climbing, and it's not hand in hand the same sport as this sort of climbing, because it's.
But it's certainly impressive, and if you've ever tried to do it, holy moly!
Well, it's a huge athletics thing, and it's incredible, and there's a lot of amazing sport climbers and wonderful people. New Zealanders are amazing too, and
they've dominated in the Oceania region, being good.
But when you see sprinting or hurdles or any sort of track event, there's a million tracks near you. There's not many places that these speed climbers can practice.
No.
But the difference is they do still know the hold set, they know the wall angle, they know the distance. with this sport climb, what makes it exciting is it's a different route every time. She's never climbing this route ever again in her life.
Oh, I love
Little
it.
calf nip, yep.
Judith just,
She's got the baby cows in action here. She's got the calves popping.
and I do wonder if that was the beater for the route setters, but
That
Judith,
might be there.
quite clever to use it in a way that works for her. Now she
using
was
it
lucky to
inside.
get through that section, but it looks like she's kicking into another gear here, or maybe just finding. Oh, nice work.
She's using it. Look at that. So
Looking for a knee bar, maybe.
This is a tricky spot here. She's going to cross clip. Yeah, there you go. Look. Right across the body.
Wow, that was good.
But she did it fast to see get out this roof as quick as possible, but then still also. Oh no. Like I say, obviously we know Maya's incredible, and we've got like people like Clea who have really. But this move here, I'll be dead to see any of them get through it all summer.
It'd be interesting to see that roof section at a different angle if there's a shot, just to see.
You'd almost be worth twisting straight past that, wouldn't you? Going to that little ball.
Yeah. Now Summer's a little bit shorter. Maybe I think one of the shorter competitors here today, but she's got some boulder power. So hopefully that makes up for some of these stretchy moves. They are a little reachy in some of these sections. So I'll be curious to see how she goes, but. Never stops her in any of the other climbing we've seen. But
yeah, and I mean, familiar with this venue because living in New South Wales, they have heaps of venues in Sydney, but will have climbed here maybe more than some of the other athletes, these New South Wales climbers like her and Judith and Abby.
A little bit uncertain some of these moves at the bottom here.
Yeah, that's a huge move.
Yeah, long arm moves these, and I think they're not difficult moves, but they're probably just designed to.
Well, that's extra
shake the
fatigue
climbers
for
up
her.
a little bit.
Extra fatigue for her having to hit that twice.
Yeah.
But that's good, Let's see how she goes. She'll settle into this now. Oh, everything's right at her limit.
Yeah. All a little bit reachy, but again, extra power doesn't go astray.
I always root more for the smaller climbers. Obviously, we love Ataco in here, who's not competing this weekend. But Ataco, some of the smaller climbers, the shorter people, is vertically challenged.
Yep, Summer settling in right now.
Yeah, nice.
I think she's getting a rhythm, and just seeing.
She is explosive.
Double bump there. Wow. And what was she holding on to? There's nothing
there's a little jib underneath.
Put my glasses on to see it. Well done, Summer. All right. I think from here on, some of these moves, even though a bit longer, aren't as stretchy, and I think they'll suit her quite nicely.
Yeah, so I think she'll get a whole new data here. She'll come much further up for the second of these two clips, I think.
Looking good. Taking her time now, just trying to sort of settle her heart rate down, I'm sure, on the wall there, finding spots where she can just rest and recover if there's any fatigue. Out to the big nose. You called the one before the frog or whatever it was. I don't know what to call that one. A zit or something. I don't know. Maybe.
I was going to say the penguin's nose, but okay, we'll go with that. Although, I think.
Let's go, Summer. All right, up and this move was a little bit reachy, high right hand, and you just had to be a little bit higher. I
thought she might press over with a toe. She's put a toe on that low jib,
Yeah, that little jib on the at the point of the blue volume is quite critical in that move. And she's just finding that little high foot.
She might find these next two more challenging than the two after it, easy if she can get there. Once she's done this one,
quite a crossover, high cross.
He'll be at her prime level.
Yeah, she's very strong though. Anything in this sort of section here, I think anything bouldery, I think she's going to be okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This bit here will be nice to her.
Yeah, this big move. This part in the roof. Now it gets interesting up here. We've only seen Judith up in this area, so Summer. I wouldn't say making it with ease, but looks
starting to look like she's giving it everything she's got here. So, but she knows every move counts. So come on, Summer, take your time.
Very nice. Now sometimes the route setters put some ticks on certain spots on the hole just to give the competitors just a little bit of extra extra beta on where they might want to hold onto the hold. So she's got a very high heel hook there, trying to sort of get herself in close to the wall and rest for that clip. Looks like she's just needing to sort of gather back a little bit of strength here. There's 2 or 3 holds higher.
And this is difficult. It's where Judith really popped in that double underclimb. Well done, Sam.
Quite a strange clip here with Judith when she went really high for the clip.
Yeah, I was going to say, see how some of us the clip because it's off the wall, pulled through her belly. Yeah, same spot.
Really trying to keep that arm straight, and the cross arm clip, she did the same.
So controlled. This is going to be hard. Again, the rope's in your face. You've got complete verticality.
Is she contemplating going feet first? Okay, very.
I think she's going to go straight for the ball and skip the pocket.
Maybe a big toe jam.
Oh, wedge the toe jam.
Yes.
A star.
All right, powerful.
There's that ball I was saying. Once you hit that ball, it's going to be nice. So you can get toe hook that first time you turn.
Now the rope is starting to get caught up in her leg, and hopefully that doesn't cause her problems with this clip. But no,
good. Just take the rope burn. She's an absolute gun.
Now she's fully upside down, folks, and smart play actually right there. She has made.
Come on, someone, don't give.
She has made the next hold count, as in points.
She's
count.
locked that heel in like nothing.
She can get this clip done. Oh, crikey. Yeah.
I think she knew.
Come on, Summer.
Yeah, she's in a tough spot. She's fatigued. Come on, Summer. She's just going to try and climb past and get the plus, I think. Oh, God, what an absolute warrior.
Yeah, there you go. Wow.
She looks disappointed, I think, when she watches that back.
She'll be all right.
Insanely proud of herself.
Set the new high point. But
I don't think there's much you could do there.
Oh, great shout outs, great support in the chat, folks. Let's go, Roxy.
Yes. One move at a time.
Now again, she is a little bit shorter, but very powerful climber. So I think some of these stretchier moves, the power will be very useful.
Well, that's what we've seen, I think, a lot of in the last maybe 3-4 years of us doing, especially the state scene and the nationals.
Yep.
The smaller climbers used to just be heaps flexible, super flexible, pretzel. But they really, and it probably comes from that Boulder, coalition where they have to do both. But they have learned to incorporate the explosive side of bouldering into their lead, but not reckless. Like.
Just gives them that extra bit of height or edge when they're, in that sort of sticky move.
They look a little bit more at ease doing a big dead point move and switching off. And, it's great. I mean, this is
just so
lead
powerful.
So far.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's needed, she can call in. And the taller climbers, too. I mean, we saw Judith with a couple of really confident, committing moves. Come on, Roxy.
Well, it's a fantastic thing with climbing. You really do tune in to your body style, and like you said, watching the Olympics and World Cups and these climbs, you have someone who's fast and pouncy, and someone who's very slow and precise.
No, 100%, Jess. And it is. It's climbing's the eternal leveler, and this is the thing about this sport is you'll see some sports where we'll say basketball, for instance, because it's the extremity, but traditionally in basketball to make it 6'6" plus people with the athletic ability, whereas climbing, the way the routes are set, there'll be elements that'll suit the smaller climber, elements that suit the bigger one. That's why we see a more diverse field, which is exciting. Youths at home can be watching these sports going, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to be 8 foot, but I can do this. I'm not going to be, I am 8 foot. I can do this. Either way they look at it, it's purely on dedication, ability, and hard work. And these climbers you're seeing today, everyone, they have worked their butts off.
Absolutely, and they're climbing gym or working out at least 5 or 6 days a week. We do have a few young of the youth athletes at our local gym, Ian, and we see what they do, and it's no different to any of these guys,
Yeah, I mean, there was a social comp in Brisbane yesterday that was part of it. It was a fun one at Urban where they had ropes and such and yoga balls at the Japan team for balance climbs, and just a local social comp on a Saturday and a youth jam, and my goodness, the standard
out there,
out of this world.
Well, Roxy doing amazingly, and not too far away from that section in the roof that we want to see someone get through.
And keep in mind, like I said, that when you see, you think, oh, they did 2 qualifiers and 1 semi-final. They should be fresh. That's 3 climbs at their limit plus the warm up, the warm down, the training, the build up, the program, the travel. It's a huge weekend these athletes are putting into their bodies. So just if you're at home and you've not been to a competition before, or not been present at one of this level, there is other factors. Roxy's obviously coming from Tassie. You'll be probably staying with a friend or in accommodation. Get up early, warm up, train, get hot, stay warm, do qualifier 1.
Well, I always find it fascinating, and I think it'd be quite difficult to do. You sit out the back for isolation for 30, 40, 50 minutes and sort of waiting to go on. Now Roxy at this high point.
All right, Rox, let's go.
Yeah.
Just do the cross belly clip.
Strong. She used the other end of the hole very interestingly.
Yeah,
but looking very solid though, Ian. Let's see if she gets this toe twist.
She needs the summer baiter. She needs the long foot jam. See, she's pumping that hand up. I don't think she's going to go for the foot jam.
Oh, my. Yeah, well.
There's a new bait.
All right.
You need to use the toe here. Maybe this could be better, but she needs to get that toe up to the moon.
Well, Summer was quite stretched out with that toe jam, so maybe this does present a better way.
She can get the left toe to that moon. She got the heel.
Got a heel around there.
Oh, there's the heel.
Going around.
Oh, full 360. Come on.
Didn't even use the pocket. Love it, Roxy.
It's a hard clip.
Roxy, go.
It's a really hard clip.
Well done.
She's going to crossbody clip this one as well, which is a physical move. All that drag. So this is the other thing as well. When they're this high up and they're going through the angle changes, there's so much rope drag.
Yeah.
10.5 mil rope.
It is caught around her legs. She's got quite a solid heel hook on that original hold. We can't see which is behind. Let's see if Roxy can sort of unlock her leg without too much swing.
That's a bad hold on its pocket. She could kick to that volume behind, which is legal by... toe hook.
Right, toe hook. Really good, precise footwork.
This is impressive.
Now, this is the high point.
I
wonder if she'll...
she's got that Summer Fraser heel in.
She's even looking not too bad here.
Hit that. See that ball? The ball, the
nose
pimple
thing.
You called it.
Yeah.
The pimple's the good side. She's got the in-cut crimp. Now the pimple. There we go. She can get a heel. Oh my goodness.
Well done, Roxy. We're getting a little bit of progression each time, but Roxy, what an outstanding effort right there, and really just the momentum of the feet cutting away from the roof.
Come on.
A little bit of a fist pump to the belaya. Good stuff. And a bit of a shout out to the Hall family, actually. They're a bit of legends in the climbing world.
Victor was shooting the event yesterday.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Big shout out to Victor. Bit of a legendary climber and legendary climbing photographer. Yeah,
big sport fan as well. He'll be cheering on Clea from home today. Come on, Clea. But Victor's another one of the legends of the scene, and he's such a nice dude. Come on, Clea.
Absolutely. Yeah, Clea, quite an experienced competitor. Been competing for quite a while, and in both disciplines as well. Does well. Often on the podium.
Yeah, and I was going to say familiar with the podiums of all events, and it's all forever competitor. Like I say, any comp going, she normally signs up, gives it a go, and does a heck of a showing. But let's see her here. She is a good Jules. I don't know what you'd say was a better sport, because she is a great sport climber. She's an excellent boulder, so it'll be interesting to see how she goes on this one, because this is an interesting kind of sport route, this one, actually. So the more I watch,
it's a combo power, isn't it, this one? I would think it's a little bit more power in the bottom section at the very least for the females, and the power doesn't let off. All the
pockets have been for the feet, though, which I thought was quite a nice red herring almost. Like you said, we've seen 2 pockets where they are just for that little toe placement, and I'm thinking, and that's what threw Judith off. She went to put her hand in that little pocket, and that's actually where we saw Summer put her toe, for instance.
Yeah. Well, Clear's in this up to this section where it just starts to kick back now and kick into gear for the next level. It drives pretty hard from here into the roof section, so just gets out of second and into third, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, big move strength. She'll never drop. She's very strong. I'm just going to see how interesting she goes.
She didn't use that red thing. We saw a couple not put their foot right on that red one and fall short, but Clear, like you said, plenty of power to burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hopefully not burn too much. But
yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Is it's a fine, again, another fine line of when you've got that power, you can really sit in on it and trust it, which is good for her to use that when if she's in doubt, if she's not sure, put that extra 5% gusto in. But
a little bit of shake out here, and those pimple combo holds.
She needs to relax into this now.
You can see the root setting art here. I'm just fascinated. You know, the big one, the medium one, and the small one, all playing part of the root setting. But Clear finding the right spot there and moving into this section here, which really starts to get quite complicated up in this roof.
Well, yeah, this next volume matrix is a puzzle. That's for sure.
Yeah,
and I mean. It is problem
solve a puzzle upside down.
It is problem solving. I was going to say the hard part is they've been looking at it from 15 minutes down. I mean, I won't have a shot in my eyesight. It's when I look up at sports, I'm just like, yeah, it's some colours up there, that's fine. But she's going to swap the cross body clip like the rest.
Come on, Claire.
Behind the elbows, not what I want to see. I think you just that's better.
A little bit of a shake there, but.
That's unfortunate because that is going to.
She's trying the double. She's trying the double knee bar. Hey, the double knee bar stack. That's
going to burn out some blood. That's so unfortunate.
But you can see the experience though, Ian.
Yeah, trying that great. Yeah.
When she realised she wasn't going to get the clip, went for the next hold and went to score points. So, you know, that could help out next. Emily Scott. Yeah, it's great. The community does. Yeah, that's right. You know, if you don't get through to the finals, come on through.
Yeah, we see Emily go here. Nice clipping motion. Yeah, come on, Emily. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, nice. So she's just working her way up. Nice through these early moves. Everything's controlled, precise. No messing. She's so strong.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
Emily's making her way up the wall now. In very succinct fashion, very nicely, very efficient climbing from Emily.
Yeah, what we expect, I guess, what we're going to expect from her. Again, like as we just saw in Marlow, though, take nothing for granted. Just to make sure you commit to every move.
All right, Emily's looking good so far, but we know the real business starts up here, Ian, in this higher section.
Well, that's what I'm going to say. It's always difficult, isn't it? Because we say don't take it for granted, but with her expertise, you sort of assume. Yeah, come on.
A little bit of a hand swap here. We know that they need to get a bit of a high foot and really get up high into that tick mark on that boomerang. The pockets are pretty positive. You can get to them. And doing the Judith method. I think I like that.
Well, I think it's great because it's just left calf and that's it, pretty much, right arm.
Yeah, and a nice way to get a little rest there. And if that's comfortable for Emily, then she might be able to gather a little bit of energy back at this moment. So that's good news. And
not too much.
looks like she got there pretty efficiently though. But you never know, folks. It can be a quiet energy zapper on the way. You can be climbing very efficiently, but end up in a position that might be a little bit more taxing than you want it to be. But now she's choosing to move through.
Yeah. I think she took that rest, so she can just go quick. Very smart.
We know this clip is essential to get done quickly.
So this is what got clear. So
very sharp. Yeah. All right. No. And the next clip too is one of those ones if she can get done.
Back on the
Now she is.
She looks a bit perplexed here.
Yeah, all good. Emily just taking her time, just going to eyeball it before she cracks into quite a complicated section.
She did the right thing again, that tip kick. Now she's delayed there. I think she needs to go and get that toe up.
This is, and she's going toes first as well. Now that must be a decent hold under there. We can't see it from this angle, but that allowed her to move fairly happily through there. And let's see if.
So I wonder if she's going to try and spin counterclockwise or clockwise.
She's got herself right in there. Well, we'll see, because Roxy navigated that section fairly well. It looked like it flowed nicely. So Emily gets a little bit of energy back and is able to spin quickly. It's a balancing act, though.
Interesting.
I think she's going to need to sort of get a bit of a wriggle on here in a moment, or she'll start to sort of have a negative return on the rest. There we go. Emily trying to work it out. Oh, that flexibility. All right. Locking in.
She missed the toe. She's going to work to the moon.
So that's really interesting, isn't it? That toe hook, or that pocket hold. Oh, that pocket.
You got to put that toe on something. There you go. Back on the line. Really hard. This is a full turn double. Look at
Make the next one count.
Crimp, like a chisel.
Make the next one count.
Two fingertips. Get the good spot.
Oh wow. Okay. And again, maybe that might have been.
The next pocket's bad though. She doesn't know that yet. This is the problem, is that she shakes out. She needs to really literally almost left-hand pocket, right-hand that jib. Right-hand that jib straight away.
Yeah.
And from that, move straight past it.
Right, she's in.
Go. There we go. Good.
Wow, plenty of...
Now to the schnoz, now to the pimple. All right, she's in that spot.
Wow, okay.
New hand. This is a masterclass.
I thought she was gone, and no. Plenty. Okay.
Oh, ye of little faith, Jason. No, me too.
What some...
Oh!
Absolutely.
She's a specialist spot.
Locking that down. So good. Only a few moves from the top, folks. And if we're going to get a shot right at the top. Really looking good. Oh, look at that. It's such a... Oh. Well, I tell you what, that was an epic...
You've just got to clip this last
Come on.
He's got to clip it.
Now that's a heartbreaker. That's a heartbreaker at the top of the climb. Come on. Root setters.
Clip this. Why would they give it a shot? All the drag. All the drag.
Come on. Other side.
Left.
Oh, she has to do it again. What an absolute... What a performance. Yes. I'm holding my breath so much there.
What a ledge.
Well done, Emily. Well, that has really thrown down the gauntlet for our last climber there as well, Maya. So, Maya, she's topped all three.
Yeah, I was going to say, Maya's had a pretty good start.
Hey, I tell you what, it's come down to the last climb for both of them, and this is the way a final should be in.
Yeah, well, Dylan topped 1-2. No one topped their semi, right? But he got the high point.
Yep.
So, he's come on and dominated all weekend.
She now needs a top because Emily, all the way from Victoria.
So much experience for someone so young, but we saw clear. He was an incredible climber. Just one little mistake can cost you. So, Judy, so just take your time.
Just some of these holds and some of these positions, you could just one little sort of manoeuvre too far, and it can get yourself in a little awkward position.
Well, that's the one thing about going last that's not ideal. I mean, obviously there's that bit of extra chalk on as well, and then that's on 5 climbers, 7 climbers before you. But it's on these early ones, these pockets, your hands are super chalk. We saw Dylan basically had gloves on. You've got that much chalk on your hands, and these first ones can be a little bit slicker than they were 7 climbers ago. So,
absolutely.
Going last, there is the finality of it all, but there is also that pressure of, hey, just be extra precise.
Nothing to rush. Well, you've got 6 minutes. Yep, it's in your hands.
This is the thing with qualify first. Hey, forget it all. I top it, I win it.
That's right. You know, and you've done everything you can to get to this point. So you let the rest of it go and just let it flow.
Where would you rather be, Jess, right now? Emily in the clubhouse with the gold medal in your lap, as long as Maya doesn't top, or Maya on the wall?
Maya on the wall. That's where I want to be.
Rather be on the wall?
Yeah.
Okay, just your ability. If I had her ability, I'd rather be on the wall. For me, I'd have took the check and dashed by now.
Well, for all the athletes, they've done an amazing job, but Maya still has some work to do. But
nice man.
According to all of her earlier climbs, should have it in her. Let's see.
Just do what she's been doing, right? Yeah.
That's right. And the crowd, it's always interesting being in the crowd. It goes silent, holds its breath. Yes.
Well, with the bouldering side, it's one big dyno as your first move sometimes. The clap, the energy's up. With this, it's so intense, knife edge stuff.
It builds
and for 2 hours of it we've had it, Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But Maya looking comfortable. Nice position, getting a bit of a rest. Having another look just in the roof section there, just making sure she sees a few of those holds from a different angle to make sure,
she hasn't done the Emily method with that long pause. She actually got her feet a lot higher than the other girls.
Nice clip. Yeah.
Get close. There we go. Good. Yeah, the higher footwork. She is a little taller than she looked.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
my goodness.
Okay.
Different level.
Oh, that was strong.
Different level.
Yeah. Ooh, well, there you go. Through that section fairly quickly, and if she can get this
around the body,
this other awkward
drag on
clip.
this is your big one. Drag on this, although it looks like she's listening to a podcast or something. She has no panic in her whatsoever.
Yeah, those two clips quite awkward. And
that's the real crux. That is big.
And that section through there, a lot of holds that
your legs so
don't look as straightforward as you want them to, but Maya making.
She'll go straight for that heel.
No. Well, it's still not over. That big the big hold at the top is rather slopey, and the clip is it. If Mo tops, the gold giving his medal to the fastest at the top. That is correct, Paul, and/or it goes on count back depending on how it happens. But Maya is, doing pretty well and has mowed along pretty closely, I think. So
I think Maya, regardless now, unless she has a 4-minute sit, if she tops, she wins because qualified higher. She's climbed much quicker and qualified higher and climbed quicker.
All right, well, big high foot here for Maya.
She's got on the other side, same as they've both seen that clip on the left and both had that little mini melt. She's going to go again this side. You can see the drag underneath. This is the win when she put
Wow.
She doesn't need the two.
No, she doesn't. Well, there you go. Wow.
Everything in place as well. Yeah, so quicker, higher qualifying, and same outcome. 4 tops, 4 climbs.
Good question. Well done, Maya. Absolutely fantastic.
Nothing to stop.
Top there, and a little bit tricky at the top there. A bit confusing that, but
You look tough on the both.
yeah. Well done. Well, Ian, my hands are absolutely sweating. I need some chalk on my own hands.
Thank you.
But right now, if you have a look at the Open A females, Maya is the provisional winner until the appeals are in. But at this moment in time, I think it'll be fine. Maya, Emily, then Roxy. Well done to Summer, Judith, Claire, Abby, and Esty, and all the other competitors as well.
We have 2 sets of medals to give out. They are for the National Championships as well as the Oceania Championships. So in 3rd place, Australian Nationals and Oceania Championship, we had Roxy Perry from Tasmania. In 2nd place, we had Emily Scott from the ACT. With a spectacular top out on that last route. Fantastic. And in first place, dominating all weekend, we had Maya Stasiuk. Excellent, great job ladies. Now don't go anywhere because we are now presenting our Oceania podium. Third place in Oceania we had Roxy Perry. Second place, Emily Scott. And in first place, Oceania champion is Maya Stasiuk. Great climbing all weekend, ladies. Well done. On to our male podium, and in third place from Queensland we had Louis Fechos. Second place from Western Australia, Joshua Damasco. And our winner, Dylan Soin. Another great top out on the final climb. Excellent, give them a round of applause. But you're not going anywhere, guys, because for our Oceania podium, we had Louis Fechos in third place, Oceania. Joshua Damasco, second place. And our Open champion, Dylan Soin. Congratulations, guys. Such a great close competition all weekend.